They should just play what they like. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. You know, chat, speak of playing what you like. I saw this very good Reddit post the other day that I want to talk about with you guys, and I think it'll be a very good conversation for us to have for sure. You know, there's a lot of different opinions inside the community when it comes to actually how you should play the game and stuff, but I think for a lot of people take for granted how good this game actually is as far as a lot of characters being viable within the game. You know, I can't say that for any other gacha games. A lot of other gacha games I play, there's some characters that you really should not be investing your resources into because you literally won't be able to clear things in the game with that said character, even if you like them. Some characters just are that bad within other gacha games, but this is a very good gacha game where all the characters have their strengths. Some may be stronger than others, but the one you're playing can still complete the content. There's nothing that hard in the game at the moment that is making any character seemingly unviable. All I like to say, I like to put it into like very funny or simplistic terms. Yeah, your boy may beat the Spiral Abyss 2 minutes before you, but if he really needs that 2 minutes of sleep, congratulations, bro. I guess you deserve that extra 2 minutes of sleep if you really needed it. You know, I'm gonna have fun with the character I like and not be a meta slave and play the characters I like. You guys know I love Kaya, and people really thought Kaya was going to be a character that was like going to not be a playable character, especially when we got Chongyun. They was like, oh, as soon as we got Chongyun, it was like, you supposed to just swap out Kaya for Chongyun because this character is seemingly just a better version of Kaya and stuff like that, and that's just seemingly not what this game is. Let's take a look at this article so you guys can see what this person has to say. Pretty good article here, or Reddit post. So it says, what makes me uneasy with the current Genshin community that makes players not enjoy the game as much as before? And it's just saying about a 2-minute read and whatever. So it says, from Diluc to Klee, Tartaglia to Ganyu, Zhao, Hu Tao, then finally Eula. As we notice, a lot of them have one thing in common: they are all DPS. But one big difference among them is the love they were getting. Everyone listed above is not that bad, yet many players still choose to compare as if the others are not viable anymore to play with. I understand players who want the best for their team, but could you also understand players who want to play the characters they love? Dragging down other characters will not bring any good, but sadly it is evident at the current problem of the existing Genshin community, from Diluc differentiated with Klee, then Tartaglia, then Zhao, or just simply when a new character, especially DPS, is released. So just stopping right here for a second just to talk about this. So yeah, what this guy is pretty much talking about obviously is, we know new characters come out, and obviously people always want to know what type of character archetype. If there's support, okay, how good is their support? If they're DPS, are they out DPS in the highest DPS in the game? And a lot of people always say like, oh, you know, when they make this character, they have to do this certain thing, right? When they do this, they have to do a certain thing because the character has to be stronger than what was previously there. They call it like the snowball effect or whatever. Like when they made Ganyu, people were really mad and really wanted that character nerfed. For some reason, people wanted the character nerfed because they were saying like, you know, she's gonna have to get nerfed, or she's gonna have to be the standard for every other DPS coming out and stuff like that. It's like, that don't necessarily be true. It has to be true though. It's like every other character could be slightly under Ganyu. I think that's fine, right? As long as the characters can all clear the content. What matters if the other character can clear the content 2 minutes faster, a minute faster, stuff like that? You know, I don't really think it's that much of a problem. You're not going to be doing these type of things that repetitively to where the 2 minutes is going to add up that much. You know, if you really need that extra like 5 minutes of sleep, bro, then maybe pick up a Ganyu if she's the strongest character in the game for all times, then maybe pick her up. If you really need that 5 minutes sleep, you're really stressing for it. I understand some people really need that extra 5 minutes. By all means, get your Ganyu and, you know, do what you need to do so you can get that 5 minutes of sleep. But for everybody else, if a character is slightly under her, you know, you're doing a little bit less DPS and it's going to take you a little bit longer to finish the content, then your boy, then by all means, you know, as long as you're having fun. I think this is what this article is really talking about. We've seen a lot of this when these characters come out. Just a lot of people doing like DPS, which is nothing wrong. You know, I understand there are people out here that like that type of thing, that want, likes to compare numbers when it comes to these type of games, right, chat? Some people genuinely likes comparing numbers and seeing who comes out on top. That's just the thrill of people doing this type of thing. They like to do testing. They like to see what these multipliers inside the characters' moves and stuff compared to other characters, along with testing different sets to see what comes out on top or what's the most interesting. That's half the fun, is just seeing what the character can do, right? But then once that's said and done, I don't think it should be taken to like the absolute, this is it, like this character does this much, so therefore you shouldn't play this character or whatever. You shouldn't get this character. It's all about the fun and the quality of the characters. As long as every character is still viable to a sense, then I think it's okay. Now, one thing I always do have to say about this that I do like to stress so much, chat, is that when I say play who you like, I don't mean put everyone you like on the same team. I've seen people do that before, and I'm like, this doesn't work. When I say play you like, this is a team-based game, so obviously you want to build teams around the characters you like. So if you like 3 characters, try to build a team around a set of characters with the characters you like. So, you know, all the characters you like probably just won't mesh well together. Don't try to build a team like that. Try to build teams around the characters you like so you can play what you like and enjoy. That's just the nature of team games. Sometimes you gotta play a couple of things that you're not really too fond of that make the thing you like feel godlike, you know? It's just one of the type of things. It happens in fighting games when you play fighting games and stuff, and you play certain team fighting games. Sometimes you gotta play a character you don't like because they have an assist or something like that that you really need to make your character viable or stronger than they actually are and stuff like that. So it's just something like this game too. You just have to keep that in mind when it comes to this. But let's continue reading this article because it's very interesting. In my experience as a D-Loop main, I may have not beaten the Spiral Abyss full stars. I may have not dealt 1 million damage with 1 strike. Heck, I am struggling to beat Astaha fast, but I am having fun with someone I like playing with. But please don't tell me that D-Loop Kid isn't as powerful as others, because I am aware of it, and it makes me much sadder that not everyone respects my decision and instead tries to backseat my whole gameplay just because I triple crown him instead of Hu Tao. The main argument here isn't who's better than others, it is what we can do to improve the other through constructive criticism, not to make someone unhappy by bringing him his or her way down and playing. Others may find things different than yours, so please don't destroy their fun in playing the game with such trivial assertions. Power creep is a thing and I am aware of it, but it doesn't change who I want to spend my time with until the next character that will get my interest. I may have low damage per screenshot, but my damage per second is not obsolete. Thank you for reading, and I hope you have gained something from this monologue. So he brings up a really good point at the very end. He may have low damage screenshots, but his damage per second isn't obsolete. You know, a lot of people are always big like with the 3 million, 5 million damage screenshots in the Spiral Abyss and stuff like that. But as long, like I said, as long as the damage per second isn't that bad, you're fine. Like, okay, cool, your boy may do higher burst damage than you, but he's probably finished the Abyss 1 to 2 minutes faster than you. Congrats. Like, he gets the extra 2 minutes of sleep. Congrats. But you're still beating the content. You're still having fun. And he was saying right here too that the constructive criticism is the most important thing that we should actually care about. You know, when you are doing something like this, when you are talking about a certain person's character, you shouldn't bring down a character and it's like, don't use D-Luke or don't use this, just use your whatever. If you have the other characters, like, don't use this, use this is better or whatever. No, if they're asking, you know, he's basically saying, like, if I'm asking, you know, if I do want to ask, if I do want to improve and have a constructive criticism about this character, I don't want people to tell me to just play the other thing that's better, right? You want just regular advice about how to improve with this character. You know, he wants to improve through constructive criticism with the character. He wants to be better with the character and stuff like that. So, you know, there are people out there that you know, do acknowledge this type of thing, and there are people that love all the characters in the game. This community is huge. There are people that love every single character in this community, chat. And so there's somebody out there that is actively doing the most optimized things, trying to optimize as much as possible with every single character inside the game. And I'm pretty sure there's resources out there for this person that they could definitely do. But obviously, I'm guessing they're going to other people, and this is the type of like feedback they get, which kind of sucks that this is something that happens within the community. But yeah, main message of this is play who you like, have fun with it. Pretty much have fun and play what you like, man, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. A lot of people get too wrapped up in like who has the biggest DPS. And I remember, like, you know, as soon as the game came out, there's a lot of tier lists and stuff like that and stuff. You know, tier lists are fun. I always like to think of tier lists as a way to start a conversation. Tier lists isn't the end all be all, but is a way to basically talk about the strengths and weaknesses of each character to start a conversation about what you think are good and bad versus within characters' kits. That's what I think tier lists are good for. They're good for starting conversations. So that's what tier lists should be used for in that sense. But once again, just talking about people and stuff like that when it comes to character strengths, you know, like I said, a lot of people want to Ganyu nerf, and I don't even know why, because it's a PvE game, and it's like, why are we nerfing stuff in the PvE game when it doesn't even affect anyone else other than your file or the game and stuff like that? It's like it doesn't really affect anything else. Unless you're probably, I guess, doing co-op, then I guess it will affect you if you're like, you know, one-shotting everything inside your friend's world and don't even get to play because the character's too strong. I guess that will be a problem if they come to that in that sense. But, and then once again, you know, obviously I was one of the people that thought Zhongli was already an okay character when he first came out before the like outcries of buffs for the character. You know, I truly believe that, once again, I thought the character was fine because I thought he was a character made for people who aren't used to this type of game. My man puts up a shield that like has like very little cooldown, and he puts up like, you know, the pillars and stuff so he can hide behind. It's like, bro, he has a shield and he didn't even work properly because it's like shield fortify thing when he got hit didn't even work properly, so they even made it even better before the buffs and stuff like that. It's like the character was already good, even, you know, even after the glitch stuff, he was like even better than that once they fixed that before the initial buffs and stuff. I think he was a character that was just made for people who didn't know how to like properly dodge. If you're not a person that's good at these type of games, these action, you know, RPG games where you got to actually manually do like a lot of different timing things and iframes and stuff to like maneuver between moves and attacks and stuff, this was the type of character for you. You could absorb hits, you could swing unga bunga, you know, just do whatever you want, and the shield got your back, bro. He was a homie. But now he's doing a lot more than that, and I mean, now he's definitely one of the like strongest in the game for sure when it comes to his support abilities and what he brings to the team and stuff like that. But hey, I mean, end of the day, I said he didn't need the buffs, but if he gets buffs, it really don't matter because once again, it doesn't affect my game state. I don't want Zhongli. I don't have Zhongli, and I'm not gonna get Zhongli, so it really doesn't matter to me if he got buffed or nerfed. I just, when people ask my opinion, did he need it? I was like, it really don't matter to me. I don't think he needs it. That was the only thing about it. But anyway, like I said, I thought this was a pretty good conversation, man. I wanted to talk to you guys about this for sure because this was pretty interesting for sure when it comes to just talking about the community and stuff like that. Because once again, I think people just take for granted how easy we got or how lucky we have it to have a game where when a new character come out, we can pretty much guarantee that they're going to be at least viable within the game standard as far as the content goes now. Now, that's not to say in the future, so don't put that, you know, don't try to clip me for the future or nothing, but I'm saying for right now, every character pretty much in the game can clear all the content in the game as long as they have the right teams to support the type of content they need to do the things they need to do. Anyway, yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about this for sure. Let me know what you guys thinking about this, chat, for sure. I definitely want to hear what you guys got to say. He always talking about Kaya, but never have Kaya on the screen. Hey, you know, man, I'll get to Kaya eventually. That is my boy. It'll happen eventually, man. We'll get there for sure. Yo, Kaya.